Hey guys, it's Jalen. Welcome back. I'm here today to share with you my weekly wax empties. This is for January 10th through January 16th. So let me share with you what I got through. I will leave timestamps down below. I'm going to start with candles. Then we'll go into Scentsy. And as usual, I do have scent notes for you. And then we'll do vendor wax at the very end. All right, let me share with you the 2 candles I finished. These are some really old, I'm trying to get through some of my older candles. This is by Scentworks, and it is the candle in Frosted Berry. I remember whenever, this is like when Scentworks first came out. I ran over to Kohl's and grabbed some, or I ordered them from Kohl's, I can't remember. This is Frosted Berries, Red Currants, Golden Amber, Fir Balsam, and Orange Peel. This smelled good. It was nice. Now, I did lose a wick in the midst of melting, and actually that wick has fell over multiple times, so I just called this candle a day. It wasn't a scent that I loved enough to fiddle with the wick, so that one's done. Then I also finished another Henry Bendel candle. This was in Firewood. I quite enjoyed this one. I forgot to light my candle. Oh well. This was nice. Again, on the lighter side, but it was lovely. So 2 candles finished. All right, moving on to Scentsy wax. I have a bunch of things I finished this week. I have 2 of the Disney collaboration for the Villains collection, Ursula, Poor Unfortunate Souls. So the scent notes for this is alluring potion of wild blackberry, scarlet raspberry, and bubbly goji berry wrapped up in a vengeful vanilla silk will leave you spellbound. There is something about the scent that I'm not loving right now. And at first I thought it was because I was melting older clams, but these are from January and February of last year. I don't know if they changed the scent of this, but I think it's going to go out of my club. Like, it smells to me floral. And I'm looking at the scent notes and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I think it's coming out of my club. Sad. Next I have Snow Kissed Cranberry. This is definitely an older bar. Scent notes for this are frozen pink cranberries trek through a path of fresh fallen powder among white balsam and glistening sugared woods. This is actually not bad. I think I would definitely melt this one again. I wouldn't throw it in my club, but I would melt it again. You can see how old this is. It's very, very juicy. Next, I have 2 of Huckleberry Sage. This is a favorite. Scent notes for this is tart ruby cranberries and sweet purple huckleberries with silver sage. This is so pretty. It's no longer available. It's in my club. Oh my gosh, I love it. I hope this comes back at some point because I would love people to experience this who have never experienced it. It's so beautiful. I also have 2 of Rum Pum Plum. This is my favorite scent from this holiday season. Scent notes are sweet plum jam and vanilla sugar, and a flaky, buttery crust will have you singing a delicious melody. I love it. It's in my club. Will not leave. Love. Next up, I have Vanilla Suede. This one is also in my club. Classic comforting vanilla combined with rich amber and hints of sandalwood and spice. A cozy and subtly and subtle masculine fragrance. I can't say subtly. That doesn't sound right. I love this so much. It's one of my favorites. It was a battle between this one and Vanilla Oud, and I decided to go with this one versus the other one. And by the way, how do you guys pronounce oud? I say oud, although I've heard it's also pronounced oud from a lovely subscriber. I did some research and it looks like it can be pronounced both ways. I think the oud version was Dutch. Is that correct? But in the US we say oud. And I think the UK says oud too. Anyway, this is intoxicating. Amazing. This is Vanilla Suede, not Vanilla Oud. Oh, and I did not mention I am a Scentsy consultant. I will leave my website information down below. Since I keep talking about Club, Scentsy Club is basically a subscription service. You can get monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, where you can put bars in your club that are discontinuing or that are in the current catalog, whatever you decide, and get them on a regular cadence. If you have more questions, leave them down below. All right, next up I have sweet plum pastry. Oh my gosh. Black plum and toasted coconut garnish a marshmallow cloud. Every time I melt this, I'm like, what am I melting? Oh yeah, that's freaking amazing. It's so good. Now, to me, rum pum plum is not as strong as sweet plum pastry. It might get strong as it sits for a while, because as you can see, this is a very old, very old clam. In fact, it's from like the last Bring Back My Bar round. And I don't even have a date on this, so it's like 2021-ish. But to me, rum pum plum is more bakery than this. It's like sweet plum pastry with a lot of bakery notes. Like bready notes. This one, it has a slight bready note, but I don't smell it when it's warming. I just smell that sweet plum yumminess. Oh my god, it's so good. All right. Next up, I have Wide Open Spaces. This was part of the Open Plains collection, I think is what it was called. So scent notes for this are white leather sweetened with sugarcane and a splash of cozy vanilla. This is very light and not my favorite. So this was in my club, but it's coming out. Next, I have Lavender and White Balsam. This was also a Bring Back My Bar from a while ago. This is lavender freshened by wintry white balsam and crisp amber. I'm just not a fan of balsam, so this is not a scent for me. And I also don't think this is very strong. It's a good scent for the bathroom, but yeah, not for me. Next, I have Simply Vanilla. This is also in my club. The scent notes for this are French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. This is really pretty. It's beautiful in the bedroom. It's not an overly bakery vanilla. It's kind of more of a standard vanilla, for lack of a better term. I mean, it's simply vanilla. It's really nice. This will not leave my club. Next, I have Perfectly Cute. And I think this is part of the Valentine's Day collection. This is Golden Pear gets a glow up with the help of whipped vanilla and a spritz of apricot blossom. This is definitely a fruity floral. When I first put this in, I was like, oh, it's not bad. And then after it melted a while, it was like, it's just not for me. I smell too much of the floral. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily powdery, but I prefer my fruity florals to have more fruit than floral, and this is just too floral for me. I have 2 of Sandalwood Tangerine, so when I have 2 of them, that usually means I've melted them in my living area. So the scent notes for this are white cedar and a spritz of tangerine brightened sandalwood groves. I love this in the clam. I think it's really pretty, but I don't feel like it smells the same when it's warming, and it's also on the lighter side. So this one did not last in my club for very long. It smells lovely in the clam, but not my favorite. Next, I have Born to Lead, 2 of these. This is part of the Frozen 2 collection. Scent notes for this are daring mix of orange and melon emboldened by vanilla. This was very light. Now, maybe if it sat in my collection for a little while, because I just got these in December, maybe if it sat for a little while, I would smell it more because of that vanilla. It tends to take a while to cure. I don't know if I love this enough to do that, to like let it sit. So more than likely, this is coming out of my club. Next, I have Faithful Friends. I remember when I first got this, I love the way it smelled, but it was so light, and I melted it and I couldn't smell it. And then I melted another one like months and months later, and I was like, wow, that's fabulous. And I was sad I didn't get it. I didn't put it in my club or keep it there. And then it came back and I put it on my club, and now I'm like, why did I do that? I can't smell this. The scent notes for this are luscious berries and succulent pear mixed with freesia blossom are as sweet as a faithful friend. I think there was a time where maybe there's a sweet spot for this scent. Because this is from February of 22. So maybe there's a sweet spot where this performs super well, but I have too large of a collection to deal with sweet spots. So, next up, I have Hendrix. This was part of a Bring Back My Bar a while ago. This is earthy patchouli, glowing sandalwood, and bold pink pepper harmonized with sweet tobacco flower. This is fine. I don't feel like I need a scent like this in my collection. It's just not my favorite type of scent. That's what I want to say. Okay. I have this next one, and then I have two like new scents that I melted for the first time. The next one I have is a brick in Sugar Plum Berry. This came back this past winter as part of like the scents of the season, I want to say. This is a jolly holiday brew of spiced citrus peels, evergreen berries, sugar plums, and cinnamon sticks. So like 3 out of those 4 scents I normally would be like, no, I won't like that. Like, I'm not a fan of I like citrus, but if it's a spicy citrus, no. Evergreen berries, anything tree, I typically don't like. And cinnamon sticks. I like sugar plum berries, I like sugar plums, but this is like, when I first smelled this, I loved it. I loved it so much. I went and bought like 3 or 4 bricks. It was in my club for a long, long time. And now I'm like, I don't like it. I shouldn't say that I don't like it. But I don't like it, but I don't hate it. So I'm just trying to work through this right now. And I did finish 1 brick. I have 1 more brick and then some clams. So I actually took what was left in here and mixed it. I think this is a very strong scent. Very, very strong. And so I took what I had already chopped up from this brick, and I cut each of these pieces into 4 pieces. And so I would put 1 of those pieces in each of my warmers, because I think I melted most of what was left in here in my office. And then I would add something else to it. Like I added sweet plum pastry, like a full cube of sweet plum pastry. That helped. I tried Simply Vanilla. That did not work. It just didn't do enough. I tried toasted marshmallow. That didn't do enough. And then there was something else that I tried recently that I actually didn't mind at all. And I can't think of it. It wasn't anything that I melted today or that I could have to share with you today. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, that was better. If I can think of it, I'll put it over here. But yeah, I'm just so glad this is done. So glad. All right, 2 new to me fragrances that I melted. I have Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond, which is part of the Bring Back My Bar collection. This was fabulous, in my opinion. Scent notes for this are fizzy orange, black currant, plum blossom, and sugared raspberry. I loved this so much. I melted it in the bathroom. It was beautiful. Beautiful. If those scent notes sound good to you, I would give this a try. It's not powdery. It does have a touch of floral, but mostly I smell the fruits in here. And I typically love black currant scents. I loved this. Loved. In my club, will not leave. And then the last Scentsy clam that I have to share with you is Street Parade. This is part of the Mardi Gras collection. The scent notes for this are a jamboree of blood orange and juicy plum toss bright golden pineapple beads in celebration. This was fabulous. This was beautiful. I loved the way this smelled. I felt like it was mostly fruity. And like golden pineapple, to me, it's more of a... You know how like a rummy pineapple, but without the rum? You know how it kind of gets... like the dark juices of the pineapple gets pulled out. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's not a bright, citrusy pineapple. It's like a sexy pineapple. Or a sultry, I don't know. Love that. Sexy pineapple, what? Okay, next thing I have from Scentsy, this is the last thing I have, is a scent pack. This was in Berry Fairy Tale. So I recently got a Pet Kit automatic litter box. And they have this waste disposal, like, system where, you know, you pull out this, you have a bag and it, like, you know, puts the waste in a little container and you have to replace it. So what I decided to do is put one of these in the very bottom of that receptacle, and it worked like a charm. Like a charm. Okay. Oh no, that one was in my trash can. Yeah, I think that one was in my trash can. Let's move on to vendor wax. So I have a tub and a bunch of clams. So the tub that I have is from Teddy Bees. This is in Blushed. And scent notes for this are vanilla birch blended with peach flesh, strawberries, warm woods, and marshmallow. This was really pretty. It was a little bit on the lighter side, but this was really, really nice. I would totally buy this again. It was lovely. This was from October of 22. I don't know. I have not seen this since, but I quite enjoyed that. All the clams I have are from the Bathing Garden. I got through a bunch. First one I have is marshmallow frosted mango tangerine. This was quite nice. Mango and tangerine frosted with a yummy marshmallow fluff. Yeah, this one was really good. Really, really good. And yeah, this was back from April of 22. Next I have Platinum Pout. The scent notes for this were violet, mimosa, soft tulips, orange flowers, and hints of sweet plum. This was a little bit too like a sickly, sweet floral note that I was not a fan of, so I would not repurchase that one. Next I have Circus Cake. This is blue raspberry, shaved ice, powdered sugar, and vanilla velvet cake. This was really nice. I melted this in the kitchen. It's got kind of a like that vanilla velvet cake is really strong in this. Yeah, it's nice. I don't necessarily know that I would go out of my way to purchase it again, but then I wouldn't stop myself from purchasing it again. You know what I mean? Like, it smelled really good. Next, I have Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? This is blood red cranberry juice with hints of raspberry. This was good. I would get that one again. It was nice. Next, I have Puppets Coaster Ride. This was strawberry peach jam, tart lemon curd, and raspberry cake bites. This was really good. It was definitely on the lighter side, so I probably wouldn't repurchase that one. And lastly, I have Boom Boom, the classic Boom Boom scent. This one was on the lighter side for Boom Boom, so I wouldn't purchase it from the Bathing Garden, but it smelled nice. Okay, moving on to bags. I did get through a decent amount of samples. So in my spare bathroom, I have like a bag that I keep in the like medicine chest in there that has fall. Right now it has fall, winter, fresh scents. And every day at one point in the day, I melt one from that bag. So I'm trying to get through them. And I'm actually working on the very, very last bit of my fresh fall, winter scents samples, which is amazing. And then what I decided to do, because I was reorganizing, I pulled my fall winter bakery bag of samples out, and I have them in my kitchen right now. So if I get a chance to melt like a handful of samples in the kitchen, that I do that as well. I don't always have that opportunity, but I'm trying. So I did get through a decent amount of samples here. I don't know, like a lot of these I wasn't like the biggest fan of. Like I know, for example, this Harvest Moon by Ava's Now Traverse City was not a favorite of mine. Fake Cookies by the Bathing Garden, it was okay. Didn't seem to be something I felt like I needed. Vanilla Dumpling, again, not a standout. I have some here from Lovely Wax, who is no longer in business. Destination Wax Frozen. I actually used this as a mixer for another scent that I wasn't a fan of. I think it's by the Starlit Corner that I was working on. That's coming up soon. It had like a tree note in there, so you guys know I don't like tree. This would really helped from that regard. And then what I do remember fairly well is these two bakery scents that I melted. These were both samples from Rose Girl's Banana Bread Carbs and from Pharmacist's Daughter, this bakery blend. So this was okay. I'm not a fan of banana in general in wax. I like eating them, but I don't like them in wax. So this melt was okay, but it wasn't like a favorite. But I finished them. So I got through what, 1, 2, and these actually these 2 right here filled 4 warmers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 samples. I'm pretty happy with that. Moving on to like the rest of the bags. I didn't get through as much in bags as I normally do. I'm sorry, I have one more sample. So that's what, 9? Because I got through so many clams. But let me share with you what I did get through. From L3, I have Gold Sugar. And I don't remember the scent notes for this. This was fine. Out of all the sugars, I think it's probably my least favorite. I prefer black sugar, pink sugar. Actually, I'd probably say blue sugar is my least favorite, even though I do like blue sugar. Just a bit too manly for me. Yeah, it's good. Next, I have by Glitterati Boom Boom Type. I think my favorite Boom Boom Type so far, like the strongest one I've experienced, is from L3. I don't feel like this was super duper strong. It smelled nice, but it was definitely on the lighter side for Boom Boom scents. Also from Glitterati, I have Strawberry, Vanilla Sugar Waffle Cone, and Vanilla Bean Noel. This was a souffle. This smelled really good. I enjoyed it. Really, really good. And then another souffle was Palo Santo, Sandalwood, Mahogany Woods, Vanilla Lace, and Bonfire. This was part of her Palo Santo souffle. What do I call it? Sampler. That's what a souffle sampler. This was fine. I'm not a big fan of Bonfire, so not my favorite. But I melted it. It was fine. Next, I have 2 from O Stella in the exact same scent. This is Raspberry Cream Cupcakes. Scent notes are Raspberry Cream Mousse Cupcake at Tiffany's. This was fabulous. Smelled so good. I think this might have been the first thing I ever melted from O Stella. I have placed an order from this company. I think they're on Etsy. Anyway, smelled lovely. Next, I have from Broadway Wax Very Merry Berry, Sugared Strawberry, Blackberry Bliss, and Blueberry Raspberry Jam. This was also amazing. From Traverse City Wax, I have Zucchini Noel. Oh, I know. I use this as a mixer for a scent that you'll see next week. It's a Sassy Girl Aroma Raspberry Jam, which smells very floral to me. And I was not a fan, so I was trying to do some mixing to see if I could get through it. And I used this there were 2 shapes in here, and I used it as a mixer. Zucchini bread, sugar cookie, creamy caramel. It didn't cover enough of the scent from the Sassy Girl Aroma scent that I didn't like. So this I'm sure was fine on its own, but it didn't do what I needed it to do for the Sassy Girl Aroma scent. Okay, next I have from Empire Alchemy Night of Mischief. Sweet Figs, Sweet Patchouli, Black Pepper, and Vanilla. This one I quite enjoyed. This was I think she calls them her Empire bags. Yeah, this was really nice. I love Empire Alchemy for the unique blends that they do. Sometimes they're, with any company, it's hit or miss in terms of throw for me, but I really enjoyed that. One of my favorites from Super Tarts, this is Cujo. I know it's been renamed. I want to say, is it September Drive? Warm vanilla sugar, brown sugar figs, blackberry jam. Maybe. Anyway, whatever this has been renamed to. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So good. From the Pharmacist's Daughter, this was amazing. Kimmy Cakes, birthday cake, strawberry white cake, jelly donut, strawberry jam. Wow. I will need more of that. This was so good. Strong, through, amazing. Okay, I think this is the one that I didn't like. One of these from Starlit Corner. No, I wasn't at this one. This is Endless Summer, Day at the Spa, Snow Fairy, and Yuzu. Oh, it was this one. There was something off about this. And I don't know what it was. But I was not a fan. And so that's the one that I mixed the Destination Wax Frozen with. There's a note in here that I don't like. Now, I will say this was strong. Because it threw like a beast. And that's from 2021. This is also from the Starlit Corner. Meditate on It, Indian Sandalwood, Karma Sutra, Shea Cashmere, and Queen of the Nile. I'm not sure what that is. This was good. Again, this was another one I melted in the bathroom, and I quite like that. From Rose Girls, I have Boom Roasted. This is espresso, coconut cream, pie crust, and salted caramel. This was so amazing. Now, I will say, the first time I melted this, I was blown away. And then the second and third time I melted it, I was like, I can't, it didn't smell the same to me. But I'm thinking that was my nose, because I remember this, the first time I was like, what? Amazing. Second one from Rose Girls is Huckleberry Cheesecake Pie. Huckleberries, cheesecake, and pie crust. I am a big fan of huckleberries. You don't find huckleberry scents in a lot of wax. But a lot of when I do find it, I tend to hoard it because I love it so much. It's like my favorite berry for the fall, winter. And this was really lovely. Quite enjoyed that. From Sassy, I have two. I have It's Bunny Time. Now this one was cashmere, vanilla, amber with sweet berries. This was really light. Which it smells light in the bag, so I guess that makes sense. I wished it was a little bit stronger. And then the next one I have is Raspberry Donuts in the Kitchen. Raspberry donuts, cookies, birthday cake, Twinkies, and vanilla fudge butter. This was fabulous. I actually have a loaf of this chopped up as well. I love it. I love it. From Vintage Chic Scents, I have the Upside Down. Keep calm and escape. The Upside Down while melting this creamy coconut bonfire blend with a dash of sandalwood. This was good, but it was definitely on the lighter side. So not a blend that I would look for again. And lastly, I have a scent from Teddy Bees. This was amazing. Pink Toasted Marshmallows. Simple, simple. Pink sugar blended with toasted marshmallows. Oh my God, but it was beautiful. Melted in the bedroom. This was a loaf. Oh my God. This was fabulous. She does like the crazy, insane scents super well. And she does simple scents like this fabulous. Like, let's go back to the basics with Teddy Bees because, oh, this was good. Good. All right, that is everything I got through in the last week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're doing well, staying safe, and melting through your wax. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I forgot to mention, if you see these little stickers, that's because they're part of my wax challenge. And I did not mention it during the video, but this was part of the wax challenge.